You take a deep breath and you walk through the doors. It's the morning of your very first day. You say hi to your friends you ain't seen in a while. Try and stay out of every...
Hey guys, Brandy here. It's getting to be about that time of year again when all of y'all are going back to school. So some of my younger family members and friends have asked me questions about what to expect when they are going back to school, and had just some questions for me about like things that I experienced when I went to school, and asked me if I had any tips or helpful hints for them that they could use when they go back. So I decided it'd be fun to make this video for y'all about school, and yeah, come join me and I'll give you some tips and a little Q&A session about going back to school. So I read the other day in a magazine that the average family with younger students actually pays like $600 a year for school supplies, and the average college student or adult spends about $900 for school supplies and books. So actually one of the questions that I had asked was, how do I save money on school supplies when I have to buy so many? My tip for you there is check the dollar store. They actually have a lot of good things. They had like 3 different sections the other day when I went there, just completely full of school supplies. They had tons and tons of folders and tons of pens, lots of like everything you would ever need for school, and that was just at my local dollar store. And I can show you some pictures that I took while I was in the store just to show you how many they do have. Also, the other day when I was at Walmart, I noticed that in the last couple weeks, right before school starts, they mark down their school supplies a lot. I got a couple notebooks and folders for like 15 cents a piece. So if you wait right up until it's about time for school and classes to start, that's the best time to get your school supplies. That's when they mark them down really cheap. And I would not recommend going to like a big box store like I'd better not mention any names, but you probably know what I'm talking about, for school supplies, because they cost a lot more unless they're having like a really good sale or something. You could pay like $2 for the same notebook that I just paid 15 cents for at Walmart. So you just have to kind of shop around and watch for sales, but if you want, you can get a good deal if you look for them. Okay, so these are my 15-cent folders and notebooks that I got at Walmart. They are a 1-subject 70 sheet wide ruled notebook, and yeah, they are good for like any class, for writing notes, taking notes, writing down things you might need to remember. And a helpful hint that I have for y'all guys is to color coordinate your notebooks with your folders per class. That'll help you remember them when you need to grab them really quick out of your locker, or when you need to like take them home with you. You know that like your black notebook and your black folder are for math, and then like your purple notebook and your purple folder are for like English or something. That was really helpful. That helps me a lot. So I think that was a great tip for you. It was given to me as a tip from somebody. I used it and it really was helpful. So hopefully you can use that method and it'll help you too. The second question I had asked was, how do I stay organized when I have so much going on? And my suggestion for that is to carry a planner. You can write down everything that you have coming up inside of your planner, and it'll help you feel less stressed when you can just open it up and see it all laid out there in front of you. It'll help you not forget things when you have it all just written down. A planner was like my best friend going through school, and teachers and things always told me to use them. I thought, haha, yeah, right, I'm not using a planner. But then once I got into the higher grades and then I started using one, I realized how helpful it really is, especially if you're into sports or you have like extracurricular activities. If you write them all down in your planner, you will see it is much easier just to open that thing up and look at all you have going on. It's very helpful. Okay, so this is the planner that I got for this year. It has 2015 through 2016 in it. It's just a pretty flowered spiral book. It's hardcover. Inside it has different sections, like this one says holidays. You can write down all your plans for the holidays. It also has a list of like the dates of all the holidays. In the back it has like an address book and maps and notes and all kinds of helpful things for you. And then each page has a section where you can write like your whole day's worth of stuff. I'll see if I can get it. See, like that. And yeah, it's very helpful. And then at the end of every month, it gives you a whole blank page like that where you can write whatever you want to in it. So a planner is wonderful. They're very, very great to use. So another question I received was, how do I prepare for my first day of school? And I would say the first thing to do is, if your school is open like a week or two before school starts, or if you can get in there at all, make sure you do a walkthrough of the school. Make sure you know where your locker is located if you're assigned that ahead of time. Also know where all your classes are, so on your first day you don't get lost. You know exactly where you're going. That's what I always did every year, and it was so helpful. It helped take away a lot of the stress of my first day when I knew exactly where I was going and where everything was located. Also, I would suggest to have everything ready the night before your first day. Lay everything out, everything you're going to wear, everything you need. Have your bag packed and ready to go. That'll make you feel a lot better also when everything is ready for you. All you have to do is just get up and go. Also, make sure you go to bed early. I know it's not fun to go to bed early, but especially the first week of school, if not definitely the first day of school, if you get a good night's rest, you'll feel much better in the morning. Promise. The next one that I had asked was, what should I bring with me on my first day of school? So basically, all you'll probably need on the first day of school is just a pen and pencil, maybe some paper. You'll probably be given a list of needed items on the first day, and you'll probably be given a better idea also of what you may need later on in the school year. So I wouldn't worry about bringing too much on your first day. You're not really going to need it. Just that paper, pencil, pen, and you'll find out what you need that day. Don't worry. So another question that I had was, what will I be doing on my first day of school? So you will probably start out by going to class where they will probably take attendance, and then usually they go over the syllabus of the class. They will tell you everything probably that'll be going on in that class for that semester or the year. They'll tell you all the expectations and everything that you'll need. That's usually what happens. If you haven't gotten your locker assigned to you, they will probably do that in your first hour. Also, they may have you stand up and introduce yourself to the class. Probably should hope that you don't have to do that. At least I always hoped I didn't have to do that because I was so shy. But yeah, you might have to introduce yourself to your fellow students and your teacher. But your first day will usually go pretty smoothly, hopefully. Then not much goes on. You may be given an assignment or two, but not usually. Yeah, just kind of go to class and go with the flow on your first day. You'll be fine. So somebody asked, how do I make friends with upperclassmen? So I think the best way to make friends with upperclassmen is to join clubs. Join your student council. Do sports. Yeah. Especially like clubs and things like that, people from all different grade levels will be in there with you, and that's a great way to meet new people. And the last question I had was, y'all wanted to know if I did any sports in high school. No, actually I didn't do any sports, but I was in dance and I was in color guard, and that kept me extremely busy throughout my year. So yeah, and I really enjoyed that. It was fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful in one way or another. And I hope you feel more comfortable going to school on your first day. I hope y'all have a great year. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Take a deep breath.